okay, Dr. Sheehan Bryant in the making. Like, this girl probably saw Dr. Sheehan Bryant and was like, oh, you know what? I could do even better. I ain't gonna say I'm a doctor now. I'm gonna say I'm a physician's assistant. And then I'm gonna document my journey. I'm gonna document this shit so nobody questions what I'm doing or not doing. So nobody thinks that I'm lying. I swear to you, that had to be the thought process here. Parce que ça c'est, this is crazy. Like this right here, like I had zero intentions of filming this video today. As a matter of fact, I've been on a break and I sat here, filmed, edited, posted, and scheduled a piece of content to go out today. Man, m'oblige. I literally moved that piece of content because I could not escape the story of the TikToker that sat here and lied for years about being part of Duke's physician assistant program until she finally got caught. Kunya, on parle de caca. Parce que caca boye. Wrote an intro.
You have any friends who are in nursing school, in school to be a dentist, in PA school, in school to be a doctor, etc. We are simply not okay. We're tired. We're stressed out. We actually need a break. We're overworked and overstimulated at the same time. And don't let you be in clinic working for free. Don't let you be in rotations. These are some of God's strongest soldiers. So I say that all to say, send a text, maybe saying that you're thinking about someone, proud of them, keep going, something, because we are on our last leg, you guys. We have break coming up in November, but we are simply not yet there. It seems actually very far.
Real quick, y'all. First of all, I just want to say how proud I am of my friend, right? I have witnessed her, y'all, like, go through one of the most challenging, one of the hardest healthcare programs. She is in PA school right now.
I'm a class historian. I'm a Black woman. I made it my point, my mission as the person running our social media to make sure that the diversity in our program was outlined. So if there's not a Black person in a picture somewhere, we have a class photo. Here's a class photo and all my friends are sitting in the very front row of the picture. Like, we have all of this stuff documented. So if there's a Black person that's not there and I'm the historian, just know they were not in my program.
You're a big one. Coming up on here in tears, putting Bible verses up there, doing the whole like Black girl magic and medicine thing. Like, I would have ate it up too if I wasn't actually at Duke going through the trenches.
What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. As you guys can tell by the intro as well as the title, today we're going to be talking about Angel Victoria Murdock, better known as the Angel Vic on TikTok, but many of you guys more than likely know her from Netflix's Temptation Island, where they touted her as a physician assistant and an Airbnb host. Now, on Love Island, they said that she was an Airbnb owner. However, she actually built an entire online persona about being a real estate agent, but apparently that's not true either. What is true? Is your name even Victoria?
Also, I wanted to go into why was I making no money from January to September. It was because I wasn't licensed, so I can't do anything if I'm not licensed. So yeah. Job. I own my own business and I do Airbnbs. So I was already making money before I got into real estate. Do I have to go to school? No, you don't have to go to school. You have to be at least 18 and you can just take a real estate test. So first you take the real estate test online. I don't even know how much mine was. I don't even remember. So you take a real estate test, you pass your real estate test online or in person. Then you have to take your national test and you have to pass that and get a certificate. And now you can work anywhere you want. You can work for yourself or you can work under a firm. I chose to work under a firm because I was relatively new. I didn't know what I was doing. I needed training. So I work under Allen Tate right now, but you can do whatever you want.
What you lie? Because they haven't been able to remind you. Where's the lie? When I first came, everybody told me.
This is extremely important for the rest of this story and this video because as you guys will notice, there's been a theme of this girl having multiple identities throughout the years that she has toted to the public, which many people are now realizing more than likely was not true at all. Before we get started, comment down below if you already know about the story what your opinions are, because I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of things I'm gonna miss in this basket because the shit just keeps getting worse and more information keeps coming out. And what's even crazier is Duke actually came out and said that this girl, she never applied to the school, she never been to the school. So everybody's just been sitting here flabbergasted about the entire thing, because who does that? Like, this entire thing is low-key crazy. Like, I've heard of crazy, but I think this girl actually might have like some sort of like identity crisis, some sort of mental health issue, because this shit is not normal. Now, of course, Victoria has decided to private and or delete her account. Last I saw was private, but I saw some people saying that like couldn't find the account at all right before I started filming. I don't remember being able to find it. So there's a lot of things that I'm not going to be able to post here. And if I do, it's going to be from other people's content, which I'm going to post down below. Shout out to those of you guys who sourced the content before I could even get to it. Excuse my background. I just moved, so it's a little messy. I think there's a pile of paperwork right there. I hope that doesn't bother you. Now, of course, before we get started, this video is sponsored by me. If you guys are not aware, I just started my nonprofit, La Cairo, that brings dance services to underprivileged youth and adults. This year in September, we are finally starting the La Cairo Youth Dance Program. This is going to be a dance company for kids in the North New Jersey area. We are going to be practicing out of Newark, out of You Fitness Studios. It is a Black-owned business. So shout out to those of you guys that donated to that initiative. We finally were able to secure the space, and we need to make sure that we continue to secure the space. So make sure you guys send in your donations, or if you're in the Newark area and you have a child that would be interested, we are taking kids ages 8 to 18. There is mentorship, community service, and performance opportunities available. Can't wait to see you there. Shout out to those of you guys who have already supported. And most notably, shout out to those of you guys who subscribe to every channel. If you guys are not aware, we do have multiple channels. I have a Haitian channel where we talk about Haitian voodoo politics and folklore. I have a personal channel where I do vlogs, story times, The Mafia Speaks. And then of course we have this channel where we talk about Black related social issues, do rants and commentary on scams. We also do social media consultations via my social media agency, Media Hustle. Everything you need is going to be linked down below or in this lovely QR code on your screen. Now, as you guys can see, I do a lot of shit. I've always dibbled and dabbled in different things and different interests because I think it is important to live a full life and do everything that you always wanted to do so that you have no regrets. So I do not want anyone to look at this video and think that I'm coming at this girl specifically because she has numerous interests. C'est pas ça! Okay, so don't even try to, oh, well, just because this girl, she has a problem. I think il faut there's something going on here because this shit is crazy. Now, like I said, she started out on Temptation Island and she basically grew from there online. As we all know, when you're on Netflix, on TV, on any type of national platform, you're going to grow a following. From there, she started this clothing line and she went into real estate. And now we have the physician assistant situation. This is a developing story, so I'm going to have to make a follow-up. But this girl has had so many different identities on the internet that I'm not going to be able to cover them all because I probably didn't even come across them yet. Every time I see something talking about this story, there's things that I never seen. There's things that I didn't even consider. And I'm like, it's crazy. And the entire premise of this video is to discuss that social media got people in a frenzy, but most notably has people acting very fucking delusional. Like, it is absolutely insane to sit here and lie about your career. But what's more crazy is lying about multiple careers time and time again, and then jumping into completely different ones. One thing about me, right? Like, I do multiple things that are all basically related in the field of arts and entertainment. Like, I've never really bulged out of that. Like, literally, I have YouTube. That is my full-time income. I do social media work, okay, via my social media agency. And I am in the arts as a dance teacher and a dance nonprofit founder. My degrees are in broadcast journalism and public relations. They're all kind of close in the same field. I always found it interesting when I would find people that are in completely different fields, like people that would go into engineering, but then they're in medical, but then they're in real estate, but then they're in the arts. And then on top of that, they're a singer, songwriter. I always found that interesting, kind of admirable in a way, because it's like, how are you juggling all of these things? But as we all know, as you get older, eventually you have to pick a lane. Eventually you have to pick something that is your main money maker, and then you build off of that. And I think that's why Angel was able to get away with this for so long, because I'm very sure a lot of people looked at this and were like, okay, she has multiple interests, the sky's the limit. I think that's why a lot of people didn't really catch on to her nonsense until now. Now, the crazy part about this whole Angel situation is not only that she sat here and lied about being a Duke physician assistant, which we're going to get into later on in the video as to why that is so significant, especially her being a Black woman and lying about that, but also that she literally played the part the entire time for the past few years. I'm talking about going as far as to go on Amazon, getting the tags, the uniforms, literally doing sponsorship related content related to this career that she never had. Let me just tell you right now, it is batshit.
Hey guys, so I start my pediatrics rotations tomorrow, and I wanted to show you what is in my bag. PA edition. This is a size small, and she carries a lot, and the straps are great quality. FYI. Okay, let's get to it. First off, we have my little pouch, and in this pouch I carry basically everything. My hand sanitizer, how did I get there? Obviously a hair clip, an extra iPad pen, lip gloss, my favorite lip gloss, Summer Fridays. I have some AirPods in here, and I have a mini perfume. Good morning, you guys. It's time to go to school. Like, as much as I do love working, because I love my job, I hate like my schedule, because I'm in PA school during the day, so I can't really work during the day because I'm in school. So I have a night job at the hospital, and I work a 12-hour shift. So I know in the grand scheme of things that that's not going to be my regular shift until I graduate and I can work day shift or whatever, mid shift or whatever. But it's just so annoying having to go to work at the time that you're usually getting ready for bed, and then you're waking up, well, you're getting home when everybody's waking up to go to work. So I do that every other day, and it messes up my sleep schedule so badly.
Child, the crazy part about this is, if you know anything about these programs, they do not let you work when you're in a PA program. A majority of programs don't. Of course, there are some out there that do, but in this case, no. Duke does not. So, I mean, there's a lot of inconsistencies here. We're gonna actually play the Friends video, like with her in the car with her friend, again later on in this video. Like, I don't know, I find it weird that they talk about something to fall back on. Like, being a PA is basically being a doctor. Like, it's one of those things that you dedicate your entire life to. It's one of those things that you do not just do to have something to fall back on. Like, I don't fuck wrong with these people.
I've been studying since like 3 o'clock. I'm so tired. I haven't eaten lunch. What else can you think? This school stuff is taking me out. Like, I feel like my mental is not okay right now. Like, I just have boards today. I work in an hour, so I'm like studying for like 20 more minutes. What else? Oh, full day of school today. I'm tired. And I'm trying to read a book at the same time. So
Not only did Angel Victoria Murdock lie about being in PA school allegedly, but there have been updates and she might actually get in a lot of trouble for this. In case you missed it, Angel Victoria Murdock, who was a star on Temptation Island, has been posting to IG for the last 2 or so years pretending that she is in physician assistant school at Duke University, talking about it repeatedly. Get ready with me for psych rotations. I think you're about to have some psych rotations, my girl. The What's in My Bag, a physician assistant student edition, even posting freaking graduation photos, and all of her friends were sharing it, being like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. People were posting videos saying they were so proud of her. Well, it all came apart on Reddit, as most things do, when people had become aware who were in the actual program were like, now wait a minute, we've never seen her. So somebody wrote on there and was like, oh my gosh, I just graduated from here in the PA program. I had absolutely no idea that you were a student here, and their comment got immediately deleted. So of course, this whole thing's blown wide open. And the updates are that formal complaints have been submitted to both Duke and the North Carolina Medical Board. So she'll never work in the medical industry, because a physician's assistant that lies about their credentials, about the school. I mean, it's absolutely bonkers insane. This is so bizarre. Can you imagine, this is what the actual hood looked like? Did she buy one somehow? How did she get this? It's crazy.
Imagine spending 2 years talking about you being part of one of the most prestigious physician assistance program, and then being found out to be a bold faced liar. Not only that, you sat there and you made sure you played the part. You made sure you got the lingo down, the outfit. And then what makes it crazier is she sat here and she lied to people in real life too. I included this video in the clip, but I want you guys to watch the full video right now with her and her friend in a vlog talking about her journey through being a physician assistant.
Real quick, y'all. First of all, I just want to say how proud I am of my friend, right? I have witnessed her, y'all, like, go through one of the most challenging, one of the hardest healthcare programs. She is in PA school right now. She's about to graduate in what?
Like literally 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And about to get her big girl job. Like, life is moving so fast for her, but in the best way. Like, we thank God. But first of all, I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of her. And you guys know in this channel, we always talk about career. This will always be a security thing you can fall back on
at any time.
And it's such a purposeful career. So do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
So I graduate in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. Yeah, but the PA school that I'm in right now is a very stressful and very competitive program. So like for the last 2.5 years, Tasha knows, I've just been grinding and working at the same time, studying like 1,000-page PowerPoints, tests on Friday every single week. Like, that's what we have to go through. And now I'm in my rotations now, I'm on my last one. So it all comes together, but it's been very stressful. And to like see the end of the road now is amazing.
We thank God.
Yes.
And like I always told her I can relate with some of the stuff she's been through because of the program that I was in. Like, that was also one of the most challenging programs. But you know, I think healthcare is just that hard.
Yeah.
When I look back at it, I am glad I went through something kind of challenging to give me the confidence that I have now, because you're really dealing with people's lives.
And then being a black woman on top of that.
Yes.
You have to be...
You gotta be on your toes. It's like, of course, they want you to know what you're studying. They want you to be, like, knowledgeable about that stuff, because you're dealing with real people's lives. I got PTSD from school.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some time to just let my nervous system just calm down, because right now...
She gonna take a few months off, she said. Yeah.
I think I should. I think I need to, actually. But yeah,
sure. I just wanted to give her her shout out and just say,
yes, PA school is worth it a million times. You can switch specialties. Right now, I'm probably gonna go into emergency medicine for a little bit, and then derm.
Yeah, I can see you in derm head. I can see you in like filler, beauty.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. So yeah, we'll check back in when I get that done.
For sure.
Yes.
Beauty and brands. Okay.
Thank you.
So y'all, we now have a statement from Taja, who is Angel's friend, about this whole situation. She posted to her page about how she's finding out about all this stuff like we are, so she didn't really know about what's happening and that everything was a lie. She then went on to talk about her friendship with Angel and that it was long distance, and all the pictures that she would take, you know, with going to PA school, apparently, and of course school updates. She really believed like we did. So again, she did not know everything that was going on with her, and the updates she would find out through Angel, and that was that. While she is hurt, she is still processing what happened and still believes in truth, grace, and forgiveness, and hope that moving forward, Angel does get the support that she needs through all of this. Now she's choosing to process it all privately, in that she's asking to give her some space to do so. On a friendship standpoint, this has got to be very heartbreaking and sad, because if I'm somebody that is rooting for you, supporting you, is really hoping that you do well and can't wait to see your journey get to the finish line, and then all of it go down the drain like this.
Just realized the girl in the video is Taja Fejust. She's a Haitian influencer. I've watched her for years. I don't watch too much of her now because I don't really relate to the content. I don't really watch vlogs, nor do I watch like medical content. But I just realized, I'm like, ha, this is great. Oh, this don't look good. They dragging her for filth. And the thing is, as an adult, right, you don't really keep tab on your friends' lives and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. And then the girl, she was really good at cosplaying this shit. I really want to know down below, do you guys think Tasha knew or no? All right, I ain't gonna hold you. Now that I actually look back at this and I'm editing and you know, taking things out, etc., I realized I think this girl wanted to be her. I think she probably had a lot of friends in the medical field, and more than likely probably couldn't get there for whatever reason. Maybe it was money, maybe it was intellectual reasons, whatever the case may be. I feel like she really wanted to be Tasha. Like, because this right here, it's so weird. Like, the way she's able to keep up in the conversation, and it's just, again, got the lingo down and all that. I'm like, now I want y'all to note, okay? We're not just talking about somebody that lied. We're talking about somebody that has a history of lying about multiple different things on the internet that can be tracked and has zero proof of anything that she's saying. In addition, we're talking about somebody that has lied about being part of one of the most prestigious programs in the country. And then she's lying to people in real life about it. And then Duke also came out and said that she was never part of the program. She's never even applied. So there's a lot that goes into this. Why did she choose Duke? Why did she choose being a physician's assistant? Duke has one of the most prestigious physician assistant programs in the country, and there is a deep history there with Black culture and Black history, because that is where this program was founded. Back in the 60s, this program was founded because doctors were drowning in the hospitals. They didn't have adequate personnel to help them with the heavy caseloads. There's nurses and other personnel, but a physician assistant is right next to a doctor. They can write scripts. They can do a lot of the things that doctors can do. They're that step right next to being a doctor. So this program was needed. Since this was the 60s, unfortunately, this program was only open to men, and it was very exclusive, especially when it came to race. One of the first Black men graduated from this program in about 1968, and then the first Black woman graduated from this program in 1970. We have Prentice Harrison, that became the nation's first African-American PA, and then we have Joyce Nichols, that became the first woman and first African-American woman to graduate from Duke's PA program. Joyce actually dedicates her career to community healthcare and underserved populations. To see a Black woman lie about something like this to this extent, get ready with me's, doing sponsorships, literally lying, pulling up to the school, acting like she was there, is batshit, and I'm genuinely concerned for her mental health, but it hits different for me. I've talked about Black issues at length on this channel for damn near a decade. Shout outs to those of you guys who've been rocking with me for a while. I took a break this month because it's been my YouTube anniversary. So shout outs to those of you guys who've been here forever. I've been saying it in my past couple of videos because I truly do appreciate you guys. And I thank you guys for rocking with me for so long, because at a time where it was not popular to talk about social issues, race, and everything like that, I made that shit shake, and y'all were shaking the table with me. These topics are near and dear to my heart because it pisses me off when people make us look fucking bad. I know we're not a monolith. At the end of the day, society is society. And when people do stupid shit like this and they look like us, it makes us fucking look bad. I know I'm not a liar. I know my credentials are real. So it's not something that's going to make me lose sleep. However, it's to be talked about at length. And it is a conversation that needs to be had. When people keep doing stupid shit like this, don't call it out. And then people like to sit here like, oh, well, when white people, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay, they're just as liars and scammers as everyone else, but also I'm one of those people, I think that we are the creme de la creme. We the shit. We should be doing better because we are better. We're the shit. We are popping. We can literally do anything we put our minds to. To sit here and put all this time and energy into faking being part of this program, she literally could have just been part of the program. This shit took a lot of damn work. The ADHD in me is raging, is crying, is confused, is perplexed as to how she dedicated this much time to lying about something she could have easily done. To sit here and buy all of this stuff to make it look like she was part of the program, she could have just applied. But also, it seems like she's having an identity crisis, and social media has been fueling it. This story is deeply uncomfortable because it shows us the direction that social media is going into, and it is not a good one. As somebody that is a full-time influencer, you guys already know I do not go on social media like that. I only go on social media as it pertains to me making content for you guys, gathering clips, and posting my own content. But other than that, I don't engage too much with social media because I know that it can literally fuck your brain up, put ideas in your head, and make you kind of live in a warped reality or delusion. And I never want to be one of those people that becomes delusional or lives their lives for social media. I feel like too many people live their lives for social media. Everything has become very performative. It's I'm going here so I can film it, so I can make a vlog so I could post for my audience. I'm doing this outfit of the day. I'm doing this, that, and the third. And I think that's insanely problematic. Like, I can't tell you how many people I had to cut off because they could not get the fuck off their phones. Like, all they're doing is sitting on their phones all day. They're not engaging. They're inviting me to dinner. They're inviting me to whatever. And the entire time they got the camera up. And it's like, y'all not even making money from this shit for real, which that's another conversation for another time. But a lot of people, especially a lot of influencers, really don't make money. I never can understand why people put so much work into it for something that they're not making money for. I don't know if it's the Capricorn in me. It's like seeing somebody put so much into something that they're barely making a living wage from bothers the hell out of me, because it's like there's so many better things you can be doing with your time and your life. And I've said this so many times, and people got upset, especially them Gen Zers. The younger generation got so mad. They thought I was crushing their dreams because I was like, yo, we need plumbers, we need doctors, we need lawyers, we need engineers, we need hairstylists, we need nail techs, we need everything else under the sun. Why is it that you want to put all your eggs in that influencer basket? A lot of it has to do with the fact that social media looks easy. A lot of people think that being an influencer, having an online platform, and having all these followers and engagement and clicks drives income. But I'm telling you right now, it doesn't. At one point, I went broke. I've had to apply for jobs. I've had to ask people for money. Shout out to all y'all that let me borrow money. Shout out to those of you guys that actually donated to my GoFundMe, because at one point I did go broke. I literally went from 6 figures to like goddamn poverty line. Okay. So that's why I tell people, make sure you got something else in your arsenal. Make sure you're saving money. Make sure you're actually doing what you need to do and that you're actually where you need to be before you quit your day job or you quit your career or you don't use your degree, because this is definitely a volatile lifestyle. Ain't no 401k, ain't no vacations. We get all our money up front, which means we have to pay taxes at the end of the year or pay them quarterly. And it's way more taxes that you'll be paying at a regular job. And the only reason I still do it is because I've been doing it for 10 years. I absolutely love it. I love you guys. I built something here, but there's times I do take on other jobs. And I feel like a lot of people tend to think that the social media thing is easy because it looks simple. All I got to do is speak, edit, post, but there's so many in between things that a lot of people do not speak about, and so many in between things in nuances and stuff like that that a lot of people do not take into consideration. Hence why a lot of influencers are quitting, which I'm going to talk about in another video. This girl went from reality TV to being a gym girly fitness clothing line girl to being a real estate agent to being a physician's assistant. And the crazy part is she could have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling followers. There were people commenting on her stuff left and right that peeped game and were like, okay, so you went from real estate to physician assistant to da-da-da-da. I think it is important to explore all your interests. Most of the time, a normal person has interests that remain in similar sectors unless they're kids. If you're 18, 19, 20, that's different. But like once you hit like 25, 30, most of the time, like, you know, like, okay, I want to be in beauty. I want to be in healthcare. I want to be in real estate. I want to be in accounting. You kind of know these things by the time you get to a certain age. So the fact that she kept jumping from different extremes was suspicious to a lot of people, and people did start calling her out.
Angel Victoria had been documenting her alleged life as a PA student on social media and recently posted photos claiming she had graduated from Duke University's PA program. However, upon seeing the posts, her actual classmates from Duke questioned the legitimacy of her claims in the comments section. Subsequently, Angel not only blocked those classmates, but also deleted her social media accounts entirely. Further investigation by netizens revealed that her name appeared neither in the North Carolina PA database nor in the records of Duke's graduation ceremony. Ironically, major companies like Sephora and Netflix failed to vet her properly, despite the fabrication being riddled with holes. This oversight not only earned her advertising fees, but even landed her an appearance on a show.
What I found crazier was Kiara. Okay, Kiara is a Duke physician assistant graduate that came out and said, yeah, this girl legit was never in this program because I would have known her, because she is literally the class historian and she's also a Black woman. And as you know, you don't see many of us in too many programs, period, but especially not a program like that. I want you guys to listen to what she had to say.
My name is Kira. I am a recent graduate of the Duke PA program, class of 2026. I'm also the class historian, so I know every single person in my class, and our class is very small. I think, first of all, people have this perception of Duke, like, oh, it's Duke, it's the best PA program, it must be huge, it must be easy to go unnoticed. No, our class it started off as 91 people, and that is big for a PA program, but not big enough that we don't all know each other's names. Like, we know each other by name, we're actually very close. So during my didactic year, which is the first year of PA school, when I first started noticing this girl posting, like one of my classmates had said that somebody asked if we know Angel, and we're like, who is that? So we looked into it. We're deep in didactic year, by the way. So we're busy. We have stuff to do. I think people don't understand how hard PA school is. And so that's why they're like, oh, why didn't you just, because we're actually earning our degree. Like that junk takes time. It's hard. So please look into it. And if you don't believe me about like my credentials, because obviously, you know, you can trust nothing you see on the internet now, I've been posting my PA school journey since before I even started PA school. And every day from our first welcome weekend, our first orientation is on my page, timestamp. So please go check it for yourself. I've literally been documenting my entire clinical year journey. And every single week I've done a video recapping my clinical week and what I've done that week and learned in rotations. So it's all there. But yeah, back to this person. This girl, Angel Victoria, we found out about her. Like there's literally messages with me and my friends, like scrolling, like looking through her page, trying to figure out like, how does she end up getting pictures at our program? Like it's so weird. And if you notice, if you look closely enough, I know her page is down now, but if you look closely enough, she's never posted anything from inside of our building except for one post, which was like on a story somewhere randomly, and it looked like she was like inside of one of our physical exam rooms. And we like dug into that too, because how did you get in here? But found out that it was like the people in the picture were from like classes way above us. So she did some digging, found somebody's old story post, screenshot, and made it look like she was in the building. But other than that, all of her posts have been just from outside. And for the people who are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, or like, why didn't you, whatever, like, imagine you're sitting in your living room, because our program is like our home. Like it literally looks like a little house on the side of the road, and we all like sit in class with each other every single day. We're struggling 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day, listening to lectures, and then we're staying there all night studying until the building closed at 11. So like even on the weekends, we're there all day, every day, studying during didactic year. So imagine you're sitting in your living room, you look on Instagram, and there's somebody like posted up with pictures standing next to your mailbox at your front door. Like that's creepy. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I'm the class historian. I'm a Black woman. I made it my point, my mission as the person running our social media to make sure that the diversity in our program was outlined. So if there's not a Black person in a picture somewhere, we have a class photo. Here's a class photo, and all my friends are sitting in the very front row of the picture. Like we have all this stuff documented. So if there's a Black person that's not there and I'm the historian, just know that we're not in my program.
Okay, I promise I do not mean to be a hater, but this whole thing has been bothering my friends and I for the past year. Like when I tell you we bring this up every 2 to 3 business months about how this girl is faking like she is a Duke PA program student, it's actually super insane. Before I get too much into it, here are my credentials. I am a second year Duke PA student. I am the 2027 class historian, and I was present at the class of 2026 graduation. And Miss Murdock was nowhere to be found, okay? That girl did not cross that stage that day, nor was she in attendance as far as I'm concerned, because if she was, she probably would have chose the right color for her grad photos. Hello? And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, I gotta hand it to her. Like, she really did her big one. Coming up on here in tears, putting Bible verses up there, doing the whole, like, Black girl magic and medicine thing. Like, I would have ate it up, too, if I wasn't actually at Duke going through the trenches. Yeah, she did her thing. And what's pissing me off the most is that I have so many hardworking classmates who are parents, who are taking care of family members, who are actually going through life stressors trying to get through this program. And you got this girl cosplaying like she's doing the same thing. Like, no, like, y'all actually do not understand how much this has been bothering me. Like, oh my gosh. And then, not only do you fake like you're a Duke PA student, you go to our campus, you take pictures next to the sign, you go to the Duke Chapel, you take graduation photos, you got up, beat your face, put on some clothes, hired a photographer, and took pictures in front of the Duke Chapel in the wrong grad colors? Are we okay? And like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, on a more serious note, like, to get up here, especially, and talk about how you're excited to become one of the 3 to 4% Black women in the PA profession, that's actually very sick. Because I know people have reached out to you asking you what your experience has been at Duke, because people have done the same to me. And I barely post about being in PA school. This is actually very insane.
Yeah, and I also just want to add in here that if she's actually going through some serious mental health issues, I genuinely hope that she gets the help that she needs. And additionally, to those people that are using the situation as an opportunity to make generalizations about the Black community, I think that you should go seek help. Big ups to class of 2026 Duke PA program. Thank you very much.
Bagaladol. You gotta be fucking crazy to sit here and lie to this extent. Like, I'm not, like, it's sad because I'm trying to see an angle here that makes sense, that helps me be empathetic, but I can't. This is some fucked up shit. I don't like this. It really bothers me. The thing with Duke University is they have a very tight and close-knit program where everyone knows each other. Like literally there's less than 100 students per graduating class. Therefore, everyone knows everyone. If you're going to pick a lie, okay, I always say this, if you're going to do something wrong, do it right. If you're going to do something stupid, be smart about it. This girl sat here and lied about a program that was close, intimate, and most notably historical for her population. Okay, her being a Black woman in the United States lying about going to Duke University is just insane, because it is something that can be easily fact checked, because literally Duke is also one of those schools that has all the graduates on the wall. She pulled a Dr. Sheehan Bryant, and it's genuinely sad, because at the end of the day, it's only going to get worse. I think that's what makes this shit scary, from kids not being able to read, to people doing unthinkable acts to their friends, their family, their children, their spouses, to social media creating warped realities. The future is dark. I'm trying to find a country in which is peaceful, that I don't have to experience too much of this, because I can't. I just don't want to be part of the society anymore. Like, American society is actually starting to piss me the fuck off. Caribbean society is toxic. So I'm like, from I have to find somewhere to go. Because at this point, I don't know, it's looking like Japan, Norway, Greenland, Iceland. I just can't. To really think that this shit is okay. I'm very sure none of y'all think this shit is okay, right? I'm very sure nobody's minimizing what this girl has done, because it's crazy. And there's so many things that can happen for her lying about this. I want to know, I mean, in theory, if I'm not mistaken, this is like a federal offense, right? Is this not something you could go to jail for or catch charges for? Of course, like I said, she had sponsorships. These companies can actually go after her and get their money back for her lying about being a physician assistant, because that was the whole point of her getting these sponsorship opportunities. They reached out to her because she was documenting her journey as a physician assistant student. So that's the premise that they gave her these things on. And now these companies are going to be looking crazy, because people are going to be like, oh, well, why didn't y'all look her up? A lot of people are probably saying that. Netflix literally said that she was a physician assistant and didn't look it up. People were taking that she was a physician assistant and not looking it up. People were asking her for advice. I'm very sure she was out here giving medical advice. I'm very sure that a majority of the people in her life also thought that she was a physician assistant. We're going to go back to the video with her and her friend for a second, because a lot of people are coming at her neck and they're like, oh, well, how didn't she know? She must have been in on it. She was lying for her. She was helping her lie. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, that was the first thing I said. The first time I saw this shit, I said, man, this bitch fucking lying. Because first of all, there's a lot of red flags with that video. Firstly, she said it's something to fall back on. Being a physician assistant is like being a damn doctor. Something to fall back on is fucking crazy. It is something that literally you devote your entire life to. So that shit didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, are you slow? And it seems like she's also in the medical field. So I'm like, something to fall. I didn't understand that. How can you be someone's friend and not know that they're lying? Let me tell you guys a short little story time. I had a friend that faked having cancer. I got blamed for it, because it became this whole thing where my church actually went and prayed for her. They made a big spectacle about this, and people were looking at me because I was the closest to the girl. I knew she was lying. However, for me, I felt like she had issues that she had to deal with. I knew that there was something going on there, and I was like, I'm not about to blow her spot up. How bad can it be? At one point, I don't know what happened. She got in trouble for something. She was in a hot seat for something, and she was just like, I'm so sorry, I have cancer. And people took that shit, ran with it, and they really went to her house to pray for her. They brought all this stuff, all this food. The church goes to the door, knocks, and the family opens the door, and they're like, fuck you out here for? And they were like, yeah, like, we're here because such and such has cancer. And it was like, what? And it became this whole big thing. Her family's crying. You know, Haitians is extra. So what happens? They blame me, because why didn't I tell them that she really didn't have cancer? I didn't know she was actually going around saying that. I know she picked up that identity, right? And I know it was something she talked to me about, but I knew she was lying, because one, my mom told me, because my mom was close with the family and she knew people in the family. And she was like, girl, what you talking about? She lied to me about her mother dying in Haiti, but the mother lived with her in the house the entire time. There's certain things like I knew, but at the same time, I'm like, why y'all believe in this girl? And why didn't y'all ask me? I would have told y'all. So I knew, I could see why people are like, bitch, you knew that your friend was lying. I knew my friend was lying. I get it, but to blame her is crazy. Like, why are y'all blaming her? What was she supposed to do? Come out and expose her friend? She was never going to do that. That's her friend at the end of the day. She don't know y'all. She know her. And many things can be true at the same time. Although my friend lied about having cancer, this girl lied about being a physician assistant. Your friend is your friend. And there's many facets of people. There's many good, just like there's many bad. And a lot of times the good does outweigh the bad. Now, safe to say, I don't really talk to this girl like that no more. I'm still cool with her. I don't hate her. There's no bad blood. If I see her, it's all good. Like, there's no negative reaction, but all that to say, like, I'm not about to just sit there and start treating people differently or hate someone based on something that they're dealing with internally, some mental health issue that is beyond me. I have a history of being friends with people that more than likely get on problem. Okay, got something up there, but I do be knowing. I try to help where I can. So again, I can see why people would think that this girl knew, because it doesn't make sense. Like, how the fuck do you not know that your friend is pretending to be in your field? Because it seems like she's in the medical field as well. I had an inkling that a friend of mine was lying a couple of times. I've caught my friends in multiple lies, and I've cut those friends off, because you're not about to be out here lying to my face and then having me out here defending you. You're a liar. I don't have time for it. Man, this girl was out here doing day in the life content, doing what's in my PA school bag, studying, scrubs, medical equipment, rotation, studying for exams. Terrifying. The lengths that she went to prove to people that she was part of this program, when all she had to do was probably just join this program. I don't know if she didn't have the GPA, if she wasn't smart enough, if she couldn't get it together. I can't even think about why she didn't just do it, you know, and that goes for everything across the board. Let's not forget the Airbnb situation. I don't feel like she expanded too much online with the Airbnb situation, but nonetheless, it's still something else that she claimed. Okay, she claimed to be an Airbnb host. A lot of people were claiming to be Airbnb hosts a couple years ago, especially at the time that she was on Temptation Island. It was like the thing. It was like, if you were an Airbnb host, you was popping or some shit. And it's like, I don't see for what. That's a volatile industry. Lots of money going in there, lots of money being lost there. I wouldn't care to pretend to be an Airbnb host, but hey, I can't even think about why she didn't just do it, you know? And crazy enough, there's actually been a few stories out there of people pretending to be doctors and things in the medical field. I actually did one about this black boy. I do not remember his name, but he also pretended to be a doctor for years. He was literally practicing as a fake doctor, and then he finally got caught. This shit is wild. Unfortunately, social media has entered into an entire new level of delusion, deception, and pure insanity. I hope we start to realize that this is a trend and it is problematic, and we start to make changes and start doing more research and start asking more questions. We cannot just believe everything we see on social media, because it could be extremely dangerous. Angel has not made any public statements. She went silent. Even though her friend made a statement, that's all we have. Be careful who you follow, who you support, what you believe. Social media is not the real world. A lot of people have different personas on the internet than in real life. It can be dangerous. A lot of people are pretending to be something they are not on the internet. And I don't want you guys to be duped or scammed or bamboozled into believing these fucking idiots, because I'm sorry, let me be nice. These very sick individuals, parce que faut qu'on malade. Like, you gotta be sick, like be sick to do something like this. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this story down below. Again, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Scan the QR code on the screen for more details. Shout out to all of you guys who have been donating to my nonprofit, La Cairo. We would appreciate your donation if you did not donate already. If your kid is in Newark, New Jersey, we would love to see them in class this upcoming dance season. This will be our inaugural dance season. Shout out to those guys who follow me on social media, because, you know, we always post it on there. I post completely different content on my Instagram and TikTok. I would love to have you guys there. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.